Checking in with that young Andre Miller from the 2001-2002 season, his last year with Cleveland, which is weird because he led the league in assists that year. He was 25 years old, 16.5 points a game, 10.9 assists, 1.6 steals, 4.7 rebounds. He shot 82% from the free throw line, 45% from the field, only 25% from three-point range. Has never really been a good three-point shooter. He had the wild little afro around that time in Cleveland. This is halfway decent, not all that great, but pretty big, strong point guard, 6'2", 200 pounds. Just the dude knows the angles, and he's like never ever gets hurt. I saw an interview. They asked him. They said, "How do you keep from getting hurt?" And I took his, pretty much all his signature stuff from the current version. He said, "How do you never get hurt?" And he said, "Don't jump." So he's been going through the majority of his career not jumping, and I guess for him it's not that big of a deal because he was never like a blow by you athlete. So not jumping is of not that much consequence for him. But hey, it's worked out for him. You can't say, what are you gonna say? I mean, he's 38 years old and still in the league and still relatively coveted as a as a stabilizing force off the bench. So can't say too much about Big Dre. Let's take a look at these ratings. He got an 80 overall. Really good passing numbers, 3-point numbers down. Just the whole, anything that's got to do with ball control, running offense, he got great ratings. But athletically, he doesn't score high, and he can't shoot that great. So that's why you got that. But couldn't ignore leading the league in assists. Couldn't do that. So I had to throw him in there for that reason. Let's take a look at the badges. Hooked him up there. He got 9 badges, 2 gold. He's got Dimer and Pick and Roll Maestro are his badges. His gold badges, I should say. All right, next person, people. But I got him with the Pistons. In 2000-2001, Jerry Stackhouse averaged 29.8 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 1.2 steals, 82% from the free throw line. But there is a little bit of a problem. He shot only 40% from the field. And you'll know, I take the field goal percentage a lot into consideration. He did make 35% of his threes, which is fairly decent. So just keep that in mind because the rating is not what you would normally say somebody would have for someone that averaged 29.8 points a game. But like I always try to compensate for that type of stuff. I try to do it with badges and stuff like that, and then things like speed and that, because they can still get their numbers if you whatever. The same way they got them in real life, volume shooting. So we got him 6'6", 218 pounds. Most of you probably those real ugly Pistons jerseys with the teal look to him was the ones you more than likely would see him in. So this is Stack. I don't know if I like this jump shot for him, but I'm telling you, on the floor, he looks like himself. This looks like him as much as just about anybody I made. So I was pretty happy with the way this came out. Y'all remember, you ever seen the clip of that dunk that he does in college? When he comes, they're playing Duke. Went to North Carolina. They're playing Duke. He comes up under the basket, slams it in like that, and does this weird walk where he sticks his chin, his lips out. It's funny, but the slam was pretty nasty, so I had to make sure I put that one in there. Stack could get up. He could get up, a little explosive of a leaper there. So I hooked him up a little bit. So let's go in here and take a look at these ratings. Well, first the badges, 14 badges, 5 gold. Shot creator, volume shooter, definitely a volume shooter. He averaged 24 field goal attempts per game that year. Lob city finisher, sprite posterizer, and transition finisher. As you can see, the ratings, he only got an 80. So I know, everybody's going to say whatever. But I had to keep the shooting numbers down. He shot 40% from the field. I had to keep them down. Shot IQ, I had to kind of keep that down because you're shooting a lot, not making as many as you probably should. But the dunking, did his thing there. Ball control, he also averaged 4.1 turnovers a game. So I had to hit him for that. So the ball control isn't that high. But when you look at stuff like the speed, like his first step and stuff like that, that's where you see, he does pretty well for a shooting guard. The quickness, more or less, because he's known for his first step, had a really fast first step. So as a good athlete, I believe he can still get good numbers if you use him right. So there is Jerry Stackhouse. Let's go to the last guy this episode. Last but not least, prime Tayshaun Prince. I'm pretty proud of this one. I think got the hair color right, freckles right. His face should be a little, like his neck or whatever, should be a little thinner. And I wasn't, some of the hairstyle, I think maybe could have had a better hairstyle, but, this is what was there and available. 26 years old, 06-07 version. He averaged 14.3 points a game, 5.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.7 blocks. Shot 77% from the free throw line, 46% from the field, and about 39% from three-point range, which was one of the reasons why I took this one. I actually also kind of looked at the 08-09 version because he was really, pretty good there. But I don't know. You could have taken either one. It would have probably ended up being the same. Tried to hook up the extra long arms. Of course, he's a little too heavy here, but that's just the way. I mean, the weight is not too heavy. He just, he's a little. His arms aren't quite thick enough. Thin enough. They need that like baby body type that like Rajon Rondo had at first. So, but I got him lean. So, hey, and I even got his shoulder width down. But that's just the way the models work. So take a look at the signature stuff. We pretty much took this from what it is, that he has already in terms of the existing Tayshaun Prince. So, yeah, I like the Tayshaun Prince game a lot. Wasn't like what you would call necessarily a dynamic scorer, but he was such a good defender. Could guard probably 2, maybe 3 positions when he was in his prime. And he could knock down that open 3, which is a big deal. Very good athlete in terms of like being able to go up a little bit high. And, of course, with the long arms, made it just that much better. Good, not a humongous shot blocker, but definitely one who obstructed his share of shots. So I thought he was a very good all-around player, and the statistics seem to support that, especially the shooting numbers. So let's take a look at the ratings here. I gave him an 84, which is pretty high. But I think that, like I said, the three-point numbers and the shooting numbers is what kind of helped him out here. And then I gave him a lot of love on defense, which also helps quite a bit. So that was that. Got a good hustle rating too. The strength, give him the 58 because it's kind of real thin. Maybe even could have been a little bit lower than that, but I went with the 58. Let's take a look at the badges. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't get here yet. You guys are about to see me do live badges because I forgot to do the badges. So we got to save this roster. See, this is what we're talking about. YouTube is not, if I do a live stream, then it's like, you know what I mean? But look at all of these players. Look at all these players I created. Not even through yet. Some of them I've already actually put their names in, and Jess Doherty, don't even pay attention to those. Those are like placeholder guys. I'm working a process here. But I got to add in the badges. You're going to see me do live badges. Never done this. I don't think I've done this before. But this is what happens when you forget to do something. Alrighty. So I'm going to give him Beta Dog because that Pistons team he played on had a couple guys to step up. Any of those guys could have stepped up when the other one wasn't there. So that's kind of what the Beta Dog thing is about. Cool and collected, definitely. I would say that. I'm going to give him spark plug for some of the chase down blocks and stuff like that he was able to do. Give him that for sure. I'm tempted to give him defensive anchor because he was an important defensive part, but I'm going to hold off on that. I would say that would probably be more Ben Wallace. I'm giving him low ego. Let's see. These laid back for sure. Let's see, what else would we give him? These, I'm going to give him Lob City Finisher bronze. Not anything more than that. And Sprite Posterizer bronze, maybe, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to hold off on that. The Teardropper bronze, definitely with that. That's really his kind of shot, more or less going to the basket. And these are not, I'm going to give him perimeter lockdown defender gold. I'm going to give him this bronze charge card. I'm going to give him a bronze no, not a bronze interceptor. Chase down artist silver. And that's it. So we hooked them up with the badges. Now let's go in here and count the badges, which is what we were supposed to do. Anyway, see, I didn't even cut this out. I could have cut this out. Uh-oh, I went into the wrong thing. See, we're doing live. We're going live too much here. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Now, what we got to do is this. We got to replace him. And then we got to add him back. So we took him off the roster. So I'm going to actually, what I'm doing right now is actually a little bit of a exploit that you can do to get more creative guys. And that's actually how I'm going to finish this roster. I'm going to actually do a whole video explaining it. But in the meantime, we got Tayshaun Prince back here with the Pistons. And there he is. 10 badges, 1 gold. So there we go. That took a lot, didn't it? All right. Now it's time for this clue. It's going to be real simple, straight to the point. This man was known, his nickname is the Boston Strangler. A lot of y'all know off the top of your head. Some of you might have to look it up, but Boston Strangler. All right, we'll be back. I'm going to be back with another episode. I don't know. I'm going to try to push one out tonight, but I got a lot of UFC to write tonight. And there's an ESPN2 fight that I'm covering tonight. So you guys, you want to watch that with me. You're free to do it. But yeah, I'm going to try to push out another video tonight if possible. Working to get this done as soon as possible. I appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.